Hello. All right, so this is a quick little rundown of a few things. Um, the questions on how do you set up staging, secondary action, timing, and post-pose animations. Now, um, I've talked about these in the past, but let's take a look here at the model here. And let's go ahead and show NURB curves. There we go. So, staging is fairly straightforward. In this case, let's make a slightly amusing, interesting stage. Uh, Probably nothing too big of a deal. Um, and in the examples online, I believe they made a whole little thing for them. But so staging is just how you kind of present everything. So like how I would set up my camera to how I would make this kind of work. There. Let's put this guy right here. And actually, let's make it a little more amusingly interesting. I'll put this here, right? And let's duplicate. We'll put this here, right? Oopsie. All right, so there's some staging. Yeah, it's like a little gap they're jumping, right? The camera's set up to show this angle. Um, Now, how to set up secondary action. Let's go with timing. Timing is everything. So timing is everything from it takes 20 seconds to do this, 20 frames to do this animation, right? To there we go. From that to how we do the lift and the. Oh, look at that! There's some wiggle there, right? So, all of this is sort of timing. All of the jump animation and the points, and how things look when you get that animation editor up. Right, you can see here's all of my current points. Right, so this is all the timing. Timing is how long it takes from point A to point B. Right, so. When you're sort of setting up timing, make sure that you just sort of, it's kind of in every animation, it's almost unavoidable. But getting the right timing is sort of what you want. You want it to look realistic. You want it to look like, oh, this feels like it's timed right. You wouldn't want something to go too fast, right? Um, and you wouldn't want something to say go at like the wrong frame rate. It's kind of all part and parcel. And it looks like I originally had this set to play every frame, which is weird, but since it was already set up previously, I'll just leave it. So, things like this sliding effect, let's avoid that. Let's take a look and see where my timing's set up. So 6 is where it goes down, 12 is where it pops up, right? So let's go ahead and make sure that this little piece here is the same on 6. Ah, there we go. Oh, looks like I'm not getting to the end of my frames. Let's go ahead and give ourselves the... let's go to 30, just so we can see. Now again, timing, right? Oops, here we are. Right? Let's go ahead and make that 40 just so we can really see that he's sitting there. Okay, so, want that to go away. Alright, now, so then, pose to pose is what we're using in every single frame here, right? So that's pretty straightforward. I set up the object, I posed it here, and then he goes to here, then he goes to here, right? Those are the poses, and you can see pose to pose here, starts here, squashes, up in the air, down. I need another squash in there. So let's give him another squash. And maybe a bit of follow through. Right? Now, oh, did that not happen? There we go. Let's try that again. Give another little one here. No. I want the middle one here, I think. If I can get it, it's kind of tucked in there. There it is. Alright, so here we go. That's too fast. I don't like how fast that happens. So let's take this and stretch it out a little bit more. top one. Timing, right? What's the timing look like? This one and that one. Right. So I didn't really like that twist and turn back, but this is nice now. We got good timing. It feels like the jump's kind of a nice consistent jump, and then he kind of turns and looks back. Right. So that's that right there is secondary action, or I'm sorry, timing. We're going from pose to pose to pose, right? And the staging is that I set up a little scene, and now secondary action is just something happening while everything else is happening. So in this case, maybe there is a squash and the eyebrows go up, right? Maybe the eyebrows should start down. Right? And then with the jump, eyebrows are really up there and arched. Then when he lands, eyebrows come back down. And at this point, maybe we get the eyeballs to start doing something. And what they're going to do is let's have them secondary action. And we can even do a little squint, right? And make a little slight adjustment here. Right? And this is the animation now. At this point, we'll go ahead and save that scene. Right, so there's a jump with the staging is set with everything there. You're seeing it. I probably could give them a little longer even in the beginning so you can kind of check it out. And then timing is all of the movement and placement. The pose to pose is where you place your poses. You kind of move, down, up, over, right? And you're kind of placing those and then adjusting the curves as needed. And then the secondary action here is the eyes, kind of looking around. The eyebrows and the eyes are the secondary action, right? Oh, and then you could say even that I could probably give those eyes a little more function as well. Right? Like, maybe they go to relief. Or maybe even just sort of a side look. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Kind of accents the eyes looking around. So the secondary action is meant to support the primary action. Right, so that looks nice. Kind of doing a little, huh? And it's not overwhelming. In fact, it's very subtle in there. You can see that he starts with his eyes just kind of looking forward and everything, and you're not, like, the eyes are not overtaking the action. They're just a part of the action. Right? And it feels kind of more natural as the character's kind of looking around. It's looking forward, and then it's looking back like, whoa, I made that jump. Right? And that is all of the different aspects. Now, well, I put them all into one animation, and they tend to be in every animation, but I want you to emphasize them in animations. So, if you were going to say do a secondary action principle, you would not make all of this stuff happening. You might just make the box do like a turn and a look, and then the eyes support that turn and look. So maybe for I know that they have examples that I provided, and it's fine to use those, but maybe instead of having a whole jump thing, if you were just doing secondary action, it might just be sort of this right here where he just goes Hawaba and turns his body, right? Like there's an anticipation in there. It's like, huh? What? And the eyes are supporting that as a secondary action. See? What? What's going on? What'd you say? Oh, right? So that's that, you know? Hopefully that helps everyone with a little bit of this.